Gender inequality. Despite making up half of the world populations, there have always been social barriers to their overall development. Even though there have been many social movements demanding equality for women, there is still a long way to go. Deprived of basic rights such as education for financial reasons or a belief that education doesn't matter for the woman, inequality is deeply rooted in society. They are paid less for the same work as a man does. Often victims of sexual harassment, women are the higher risk of contracting a sexual transmitted disease, more commonly known as STD.
Gender inequality in the workplace. What does it look like today? Gender inequality in the workplace takes many forms. Unequal pay, disparity in promotions, incidents of sexual harassment, and racism. Often, it presents itself in more nuanced ways, like fewer opportunities for women who are mothers and a higher incidence of burnout in women. Unequal pay. Equal pay for men and women is still not a reality. In 2020, women earned 84% of what men earned for the same job, and Black and Latina women earned even less. This gender pay gap has persisted over the past years, shrinking by just 8 cents in 25 years. There are multiple reasons to blame, including sticky floors that result from traditional social norms that keep women from choosing higher paying roles. Choosing higher paying roles in male dominated industries, unequal access to education, and discrimination.
The fight against gender discrimination started in the 19th century. In 1872, Belva and Lockwood, an attorney, persuaded the U.S. Congress to pass a law guaranteeing equal pay for women employed as federal employees. Nearly a century later, the Equal Pay Act was passed in 1963, making it law to pay equal wage to men and women in equal workplace. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 guaranteed equal rights to women in all areas of employment and was amended in 1991 to allow women to sue employers for sexual harassment. Despite the federal law against gender inequality and discrimination, it creeps into workplaces in insidious ways. While some progress has been made, gender inequality continues to persist even today.
Is the UN Women, the United Nations entity for the gender equality and the empowerment of women, is the UN agency dedicated for gender equality. The agency was established to accelerate programs on meeting women's needs across the world. It supports the UN member state in achieving goals standard of gender equality, and it works closely with civil society organizations and governments to design and implement policies, laws, and services that benefit women. The UN Women focuses on four priorities area. The number one is women lead participate in and benefits equally from governance system. Number two, women have income security, decent work and economy autonomy. And number three, all women and girls live a life free from all forms of violence, such as harassment, bullying, and four, women and girls contribute to and have greater influence in building sustainable peace and reliance, and benefit equally from the prevention of natural disasters and conflict and humanitarian action. The UN Women also closely work on positioning gender equality as fundamental to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and assist the member state to hold the UN system accountable for its own commitment on gender equality. Number two of this organization is Women for Women International. Women for International is an international women's rights organization that supports the most marginalized women in countries affected by war and conflicts. The organizations conduct projects that enable women to earn and save money, influence their decisions in their communities and home, improve their well-being and health, and connect a network for support. So far, the organization has helped to more than 478,000 women across the world to rebuild their lives after the war. Women for Women International uses its voice to call for global attention to the unique role that women play in advancing peace throughout the society. Through the organization project, women learn about their rights on key issues such as access to land, voting, divorce, domestic abuse, and custody over children. In this way, the organization strives to achieve gender equality and equips and empowers women to stand for themselves. The organization also advocates for a long-term change for marginalized women who survived the war by partnering up with other organizations to influence policies and practices.
Both men and women should feel free to be sensitive. Both men and women should feel free to be strong. It is time that we all perceive gender on a spectrum, not as two opposing sets of ideas.